Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and the second video I'm gonna do through this way of recording. I tried to do it live stream yesterday, it didn't went so well, that's why there is one video and one live stream with the same theme pretty much. But the point is that the today's video is about our Jean Grey being level 80 at last. I managed to have here potentials level 80, and I'm gonna compare here with the best of their kind. And what I'm talking about, I am in the position that I haven't tier 4 that many characters, so yeah, I have Black Bolt and Storm as a tier 3 level 80, and my Jean is tier 3 level 80 also. All three of them have similar builds, and I'm gonna compare Jean with Black Bolt because both are villain. I'm gonna go through Mephisto stage 44, I think, where you can use only villains, and in the same time I'm gonna compare here DPS with Storm, the best DPS of the mutant kind in the game at the moment, and let's see if our girl Jean Grey took her place. All three of them got similar builds. I'm gonna go through their builds. My Black Bolt looks like that. He is capped on pretty much everything. He is missing like 11% critical damage, but I haven't invested a lot on him, you know. And in the same time, he got Power Hungry Hulk, this generic artifact with critical rate, rage, and his uniform is legendary. Oh my god, I didn't saw that coming. Okay, let's the video is already recorded with legendary, so yeah, let's stay legendary. And my Storm looks like that. She's undercapped on only critical damage, like 4%, and the rest are a bit percentages, as you saw for critical rate and dodge. Here stats looks like that also. I got here artifact from the one side, and CDP of Raids, Uniform Mythic, and our girl Jean Grey, I managed to bump her stats. She is capped on everything. I drop a couple of Odin's Blessing, like 4, just to be fair, but now I'm seeing the others are not capped, but yeah, it's cool. I got here own artifact, which from an artifact selector for Black Friday. The fun fact with the selectors of artifact is that they include the newest artifacts. If you had an old selector and use it, you can use for a new character, as it seems. I didn't know that. CDP of Rage for here, and Mythic Uniform also. So I'm gonna compare all three for Mephisto and Knull, and compare their damage. I played as better as I'm playing always, you know. It's not the perfect run because I'm not used to play with Jean. Basically, in my eyes, Jean is really easy to play. You have just to spam her skills and do her tier 3 and be able to have the rage proc on the tier 3, and that's enough. Good morning also, I'm having my coffee. And yes, before we go this breakdown, guys, I want you to make me a favor. Be sure that you have already subscribed to the channel, smash the like button, and of course you could also join the channel and help the community grow and my channel grow, and I'm doing more stuff of this. Okay, let's go through the breakdown and through the gameplay. Okay, let's start with Mephisto, with Black Bolt against Mephisto. The team I'm using, it's his leadership with support of Morgan Le Fay and Taskmaster. Taskmaster got his own CDP of Insight, and as you can see here, you know that already that Black Bolt, it's kind of tough. You can see 14 seconds for him for the first phase, it's really fast. And the thing with this comparison is that I have get used playing with Black Bolt way more than Jean Grey, so you have to consider that. Perhaps if I improve my gameplay, Jean Grey could do even more damage, but at the moment we're seeing Black Bolt destroying this stage. I smashed the second half of the first half of the second phase really fast, as you saw there. And yes, he's not even tier 4, and his real value is as a tier 4. he's doing even more damage. So yeah, 52 seconds for him, and it's really impressive. I mean, it's really fast, bro. And yeah, you can see with Black Bolt you need to avoid everything because he's kind of fragile. You can see there I took just one purple attack and I almost died. Of course, most of the characters getting that much of the damage, except our girl, Jean Grey. So yeah, I spoil it for you, but yeah, you have to wait and see. And let's see here. Yeah, I didn't risk it. I wanted to be sure that I'm gonna clear the stage. So yeah. 1 minute and 40 seconds, I guess. Yes, 1 minute and 39 seconds for Black Bolt. That's really fast. 1 minute and 39 seconds. Okay, let's see what Jean can do. Let's see what Jean can do. I used exactly the same team up for Jean, and it's like I don't have here leadership. You know, she's missing a pure leadership like Black Bolt got, but Black Bolt is utilizing his own leadership. So of course, but there you saw 14 seconds for Jean also. So their damage is really similar. And I mean, everyone knows that Jean is for PvP and Jean is really good on PvP. But if she's able with the raids, and you saw the build, it's like pretty basic build. I have a couple for this blessing, but I'm like 6,000 rank, so that means there is a lot to improve on my Jean, and yeah, I could be even stronger with her. But at the moment, with Black Bolt also, but I'm just saying, and you can see at the moment the damage this thing is doing me, it's nothing. I'm getting like 1 damage in single digits. So yeah, means that I'm not able to die pretty much. And took me 1 minute. This is slower than Black Bolt, at least the second phase. But at the third phase, you can see there, I can play so risky. I can take all the purple attacks. I don't really care. You can see there, look at this. This chunk of HP was 1 purple attack. Would in the same time for Black Bolt almost kill him. So she's super tanky, and in the same time you can stand still there into the boss, do your stuff, don't care, get your tier 3 interrupted, yeah, but still, look at this. This is 2 seconds slower than Black Bolt, and Black Bolt considered the best DPS in the game right now. He's doing the most damage out of all tier 4s. So if Jean as a tier 3 comparison against Black Bolt can do pretty much similar damage, that means that Jean is smashing it into PvE, and World Boss Legend 100% is there, you know, she is a menace. Let's go to stage 50 of Knull. So now we are going into Knull, stage 50, and let's see what Storm can do here. She is the only character that I was able to clear that. I was doing it also with Iceman basically, but the most consistent character to clear the mutant tag type for Knull was and is, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, Storm. I'm using a CDP of Rage, as you saw there. She is really badass. You can see she's melting the bars. And the point is the same with Black Bolt. I'm used to play with her. I'm really good playing Storm. I feel like, at least for World Boss Legend, I mean, the rotation, it's kind of different in between ABL and World Boss Legend, because on World Boss Legend, you're prioritizing on surviving. So you're using a lot your first skill and your second skill with Storm to jump around. But the point here is the DPS and how fast she can go through. You can see there, she's melting it. She's going real fast, and to be honest, I lost the timing for the first phase, and I want to see that to count it also. Yeah, 33 seconds. 33 seconds for here. It's really fast. 33 seconds, and for the next phase, 1 minute. to go through the 22 bars. That's really impressive. Of course, yes, it's Storm. I don't have here tier 4, I don't have here overbuild. You saw there, it's like 3 or 4 Odin's Blessing, but still, she can deliver a lot of damage, bro. She is really good, and she is one of the characters I'm usually, when I was doing Knull as boss of the day, you can see I skipped the dragon face also, and she's one of the characters that you can skip the faces, everything, you can go fast, really fast, you can over DPS Knull for sure, and if you play carefully, you can't really die. The only way you can die is here. If you go close, you're getting interrupted over and over again, and you're getting dead really fast. But yeah, if you wait there and you just one-shot him with your tier 3 there, and you can see it's 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and for the first phase was 33 seconds and 1 minute on the second one. So yeah, let's go through that to see what Jean is able to do here. Okay, sorry, I supposed to pause the recording, but yeah, it's kind of messy, sorry for that. So let's go through this. Null stage 50. Okay, my girl Jean, I mean, I'm not 100% about her rotation. I tried doing other skills in front, other skills in the middle, but pretty much if you over spam her skills and do tier 3 with the raids proc on, you're cool, bro. I mean, there is some, you know, variations. If you let your third skill a bit more, if you let your second skill a bit more place, there is some damage on your second skill, there is some damage on your third skill, but the rest of the skills, if you cancel them or not, doesn't really matter. You're gonna have the same output pretty much. And as you saw there, I'm using exactly the same supports, even if Storm could be a better support for Jean instead of Mystique. And you see there, my girl Jean was 10 seconds slower, I believe. Took 33 for, okay, she took 45, so it's 12 seconds slower than Storm. But as I already told you, I'm really used to play with Storm, so yeah, it has to do with that too. And I'm skipping the second phase here. Okay, I was off the proc, but you can see, even if you're off the proc, I managed to go into 1 minute and 7 seconds on that, so I caught up the damage for with Jean. Here I swapped, and I was like, oh my god, I swapped. But after I say, okay, I'm gonna add 10 seconds, I'm gonna minus 10 seconds, which I need to really have to swap again the character. So we have to consider that it's 10 seconds that I was out because I swapped into Mystique by mistake, pressing the button to my phone, you know, real fast there. And I didn't risk here using my tier 3, it wasn't also ready to cancel this phase, so you have to consider that, yeah, C is gonna be slower as it seems. It's 10 seconds, so now we are in the timing of Storm, so their damage are, you can see there, are really close already. I didn't waste my tier 3 there, I was waiting for it. So the point is that with Jean Grey you can go and risk it and go next to the boss, take the damage, there's no problem, you can tank it and over DPS him into his face. And it's 30 seconds slower, basically Jean is 30 seconds slower, but you have to consider the 10 seconds that I swapped, so it's 20 seconds, and also that I didn't skip the dragon phase. So their DPS are really close. So the point on that is what the developers are actually balancing perfectly. I mean, if you have a character dropped in the summer, Storm, and she's doing pretty much the same damage with Jean Grey after 8 months, that smells like balancing. I mean, there is a lot of balancing in the game that we're not aware of, and Storm doing exactly the same with Jhin gives you the hope that even if you tier for whatever character, they are not gonna they are not gonna power creep it in a couple of updates, because I have a lot of people asking me about the tier 4s. And yes, let's go into the game. So if you know that the investment you're gonna do for tier 4ing a character, you know, like spending for Storm, getting her uniform, get here in tier 4, and after 8 months another mutant gonna drop and it's gonna do pretty much the same damage. Even Jean Grey was kind of slower, but yes, I'm bad Jean Grey player at the moment. I'm gonna increase my skill playing here. But at the moment I feel like Jean Grey is one of the best both ways characters, and you know, I love both ways characters. I built Hulk because of that, I built Carnage because of that, and now perhaps I'm going to tier 4 Jean Grey, I'm not sure, but it's a win-to-win character. You can use here with this build, exact the same build I have on manual play in timeline battle, and having great results, because they managed to give here the guard break immunity on her uniform. So it's a character that you can use with a PvE build, on PvP build very successfully. Of course, if you put here a PvP build only, you know, CTP, PvP, everything PvP, she's gonna have better results. But the point is, she is on the top of the meta with the villains and Black Bolt. She's on the top of the meta with Storm. She can coach up these two besties. I mean, Storm and Black Bolt is two of the best DPS in the game at the moment. One for mutants, one for villain, and Jean Grey is exactly in the same, covering this all these two tags for World Boss Legend, all these tags for ABL. Of course, there is specific days that you can't play with Jean Grey and you can't play with Storm, and vice versa with Black Bolt also. But I mean, here damage is out of your mind, and the fact that the developers are balancing the game that good, and Storm is equal to Jean Grey after 8 months. Perhaps I'm saying a lot, it's 4 or 5 months from the summer, I'm not sure. And Black Bolt also, it's really huge. So guys, whatever you're going to tier for, the value is there. It's not gonna lose value after a couple of months. I know it's a struggle doing the tier 4 characters. Myself got only 4 tier 4 characters. I was really unlucky. As you can see, I have my materials here waiting to be more than 6,000 and start doing another tier 4. My carbonadium is so low, so yeah, it is what it is. We'll have to wait and be sure for the tier 4 we're gonna do, but whatever you're gonna tier 4, as you see there, stays in meta. And the characters we have here, it's there also after a couple of months. That was it about Jean Grey, guys. I hope I cover your questions about what CTP, what's I'm sure I'm gonna do more on PvP wise, and I know on the post I drop for voting, most people told me to showcase PvP against Jean Grey and how to kill her, but I want to show how I want to show here the value of her in PvE first, because it's easier. The PvP and kill Jean Grey, guys, it's really hard. If you want to kill Jean Grey, build Jean Grey. I mean, yeah, I have done some tactics. I was lucky enough to get Emma's artifact out of nowhere, so I'm building a team here with Emma, Ancient One, Colossus, and I'm trying to do some tests to be able to go and find a team to kill Jean Grey. I have some teams, but I want more to be better video. Okay, that was it. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button, support the channel, and comment down below in the comments if you are going to build Jean Grey, or if you were me, what CTP you're gonna end up putting on here and how you could utilize here. I mean, PvE, PvP, what? If you were me and you had my resources, what you gonna end up doing with here? I'm gonna swap the raids probably for PvP. I'm not sure. I'm thinking. So yeah, help me decide down below in the comments. and I'm gonna drop a comment and pin it on top and let me know what you want to see from the channel, because depending on the CTP I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna test here even more. So yeah, that was it. See you, gang. Thank you for being here. Kisses in your face.